Hello everyone, a very good evening to all of you. I, Anupama, welcome you all at the English Ocean Academy and I hope you all are doing great. So, good evening, Rinki, Ritu, Param, Harman, Navi, Aarti, Gurmeet, Mandeep. Very good evening to all of you. जल्दी जल्दी वीडियो ਨੂੰ ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਕਰ ਦਿਓ ਆਪਦੇ ਫਰੈਂਡਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਲਾਈਕ ਕਰ ਦਿਓ ਤੇ ਜੇ ਹਜੇ ਚੈਨਲ ਸਬਸਕ੍ਰਾਈਬ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਕਰ ਦਿਓ Absolutely, Mandeep, I'm perfectly fine. Good evening, Jashan. Okay, let's start. What was the full name of Ben Jonson? Benjamin John, Benj Johnson, John Benjamin, or Benjamin Johnson? What was the full name of Ben Jonson? Jacobean age ਦੀ introduction ਤੇ Jacobean age ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਹੀ first writer Ben Jonson ਦੇ questions ਨੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਲਈ ਅੱਜ Good evening Kuljit Yes, it was very right. Benjamin Jonson. Absolutely right, everyone. In which play of Ben Jonson did Shakespeare perform? Every man in his humor, every man out of his humor, Bartholomew Fair or Walpole? In which play of Ben Jonson did Shakespeare perform? Very right. Every man in his humor. Right. Every man in his humor. Which play did Ben Jonson co-author with George Chapman and John Marston? Marston है ये बच्चे हाँ जी for which play Ben Jonson, George Chapman and John Marston collaborated? Eastward Ho, Westward Ho, Bartholomew Fair or Every Man in His Humor? Very right. They collaborated for Eastward Ho. Absolutely right. Which play led to the imprisonment of Ben Jonson? Eastward Ho, Every Man Out of His Humor, The Isle of the Dogs, or none of these? Which play led to the imprisonment of Ben Jonson? Yes, it was The Isle of the Dogs. ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਮਿਲ ਕੇ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਸੀ ਥਾਮਸ ਨੈਸ਼ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਦੋਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਹੀ ਜੇਲ੍ਹ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਸੀ ਥਾਮਸ ਨੈਸ਼ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਮਿਲ ਕੇ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਸੀ ਹੈਨਾ What does the humor phlegm stands for as found in the characters of John Ben Jonson? Hanji, what do you understand by this word phlegm? Relaxed and quiet, angry and impulsive, sad and pessimist, happy and optimist. Phlegm stands for yes, it stands for relaxed and quiet. It stands for relaxed and quiet. Which of these writers elaborated the theory of comedy of humors? Which of these writers elaborated the theory of comedy of humors? Ben Jonson, John Marston, Thomas Middleton, or John Ford? हाँ जी Which of these writers elaborated the theory of तो डाउट ही नहीं है ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ it was Ben Jonson है ना पहला भी ਆਪਾਂ ਇਹ क्वेश्चन करिया मतलब पिछले क्वेश्चन ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੀ ਇਹ ਆਪਣਾ ਆਨਸਰ ਆ ਗਿਆ ਸੀ so it is yes it is Ben Jonson okay in which work did Jonson attack Marston The Poetaster Cynthia's Revel Eastward Ho or The Alchemist Hanji In which work did Jonson attack Marston yes, both. द पोइटेस्टर विच उसने मास्टर ਨੂੰ ਨਾਮ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਸੀ ਕ੍ਰਿਸਪਿਨਸ, है ना। द पोइटेस्टर ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਦੋਨੋਂ ਆਣਗੇ। ਇਹ ਕ੍ਰਿਸਪਿਨਸ ਨਾਮ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਸੀ ਤੇ ਸਿੰਥੀਆਜ਼ ਰੈਵਲਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ he criticized him. In what English monarch's court did Johnson prosper? Johnson ज़्यादा famous किस monarch ਦੇ ਰਾਜ ਦੇ ਦੌਰਾਨ ਹੋਇਆ ਸੀ? Charles I, Charles II, Elizabeth I or James I? In what English monarch's court did Johnson prosper? Charles I, Charles II, Elizabeth I or James I? Yes, it is Elizabeth I. Okay, sorry. James I. Yes. Ben Jonson is a contemporary of which titan of English literature? Hanji. Ben Jonson is a contemporary of which titan of English literature? Percy Shelley, John Milton, Geoffrey Chaucer or William Shakespeare? Yes, he was the contemporary of William Shakespeare. Which of these terms refers to the study of speech sounds of a given language and their function within the sound system of that language? Refers to the study of speech sounds of a given language. It's phonetics, phonology, syntax or morphology. Hanji. The study of speech sounds of a given language. Hanji, Rinki, your answer is right. Aman, Harpreet, Preeti, Charan. It is phonology. Right, Ritu? Right, Simran? बच्चे जिथे given language आ गया particular, ठीक है। given language का मतलब है particular language, so that is phonology. phonetics आएगा human language दे अंदर, कोई भी human languages आ जान, that is phonetics. The repetition of initial consonant sounds, alliteration, archetype, caricature or apostrophe. What do you understand by the repetition of initial consonant sounds? Yes, it is alliteration. Absolutely right. It is alliteration. The Jacobean era ended with a severe economic depression in 1620-26, complicated by a serious outbreak of dash in London in 1625. केड़ी बीमारी फैली सी? Tuberculosis, cancer, leprosy or plague? केड़ी बीमारी फैली सी? हाँ जी, yes, it was plague, ਜਿਹੜੀ कि फैलदी है बहुत सारे माउस दे मरण दे नाल, ठीक है, ਜਿਹੜੀ कि बहुत सारे माइस दे मरण दे नाल फैलदी है। बच्चे लिटरेचर दे विच अपॉस्ट्रोफी दा मतलब है कोई स्पीकर डायरेक्टली बोल रहा है, कोई एहो जे बंदे दे नाल गल कर रहा है हु इज नॉट देयर, ठीक है। कोई स्पीकर एहो जे बंदे दे नाल गल कर रहा है, या तो वो आप दे नाल गल कर रहा है उच्ची बोल के, या वो किसी एहो जे पर्सन नाल गल कर रहा है, मे बी गॉड और मे बी कोई इमेजिनरी पर्सन, ठीक है, या वो बंदा जिदी डेथ हो चुकी, ठीक है। The word Jacobean is derived from the name Jacob, which is the original form of the English name James. Samaritan Hebrew language, Biblical Hebrew, Mishnaic Hebrew or Hebrew language. Yes, it is Hebrew. Okay? या लैटिन आ जाता है या हिब्रू. ओके, हिब्रू लैंग्वेज है. वैसे बिब्लिकल हिब्रू ते हिब्रू सेम है. ठीक है, दोनों ही बनते ने. बिब्लिकल हिब्रू ते हिब्रू दोनों सेम है. ठीक है. What are the beginning and ending dates of the reign of James I? 1603 to 25, 1604 to 20, 1610 to 1630, 1603 to 1624. What are the beginning and ending dates of the reign of James I? हाँ जी, दोनों ने शरण दोनों नोट कर लियो. Yes, 1603, 1625. Literary divisions are not always exact, but we draw them because they are often convenient. The majority of English literary periods are named after the leading characteristic of the age, monarchs or political events, the primary author of the age or the language of the age. हाँ जी, literary periods are named after yes, they are named after monarchs or political events. Okay, they are named after monarchs or political events. Thomas Dekker attacked which literary personality in Satyromastics? John Ford, Ben Jonson, Francis Beaumont, or John Fletcher? Thomas Dekker attacked which literary personality in his play Satyromastics? Yes, he attacked Ben Jonson, right? The excess of choler or yellow bile in human body causes. हाँ जी, ये भी एक ह्यूमर सीगा येलो बाइल. It causes anger, irritation, optimism or pessimism. Yellow bile causes anger, irritation, optimism or pessimism. हाँ जी, yellow bile causes anger. Okay, anger, yes, aggressive जी. पर अग्रैसिव दोनों टर्म्स ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਬੱਚੇ. ਅਗਰੈਸਿਵ ਆਪਾਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਲਈ ਵੀ ਕਹਿ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕੋਈ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਕਾਲਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ, ਜਲਦੀ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ. ਠੀਕ ਹੈ. Johnson was also an important innovator in the specialized literary subgenre of the dash, which went through an intense development in the Jacobean era. Drama, comedy of manners, mask, or none of these. Jashan, I will check and then I will tell you. Johnson ने केड़ा literary subgenre develop कीता सी? Yes, it was the mask, right? It was the mask. In which year the authorized version of King James Bible got published? King James Bible got published in 1610, 1611, 12 या 13. हाँ जी. Yes, it got published in 1611. Very right. It got published in 1611. King James I of England was actually King James Dash of Scotland. King James I was actually King James V, 4, 7 or 6. King James of England was actually, yes, he was King James VI. right? King James VI. Chalo. The word Jacobean is derived from dash language, Greek, Roman, Latin, or Italian. The word Jacobean is derived from Greek, Roman, Latin, or Italian. Yes, it is derived from Latin language. Who was the leader of the plan made to kill King James I? Guy Fawkes, Guy Fawkes, Gay Fawkes, or none of these? Who was the leader of the plan made to kill King James I? Who planned? Yes, it was Guy Fawkes. Right. On which day the effigy of Guy Fawkes is burnt every year? ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਮਨਾਉਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ that ਦੁਸ਼ਹਿਰਾ, ਉੱਦਾਂ ਹੀ Guy Fawkes ਦੀ effigy, Guy Fawkes ਦਾ ਪੁਤਲਾ ਵੀ ਹਰ ਸਾਲ ਇੰਗਲੈਂਡ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਚਲਾਇਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ, and that happens on 5th November. Yes, 5th November ਨੂੰ ਜਲਾਇਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ. Okay? In which language the King James Bible got published? Latin, Greek, Roman, or early modern English? In which language the King James Bible got published? Translate करवाई सी King James ने, ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਪੜ੍ਹ ਕੇ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਹਾਂ, 1611 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਬਲਿਸ਼ ਹੋਇਆ, authorized version. ਹਾਂਜੀ, very right. Early modern English. जी, early modern English सीगी. With whom did Ben Jonson collaborate for The Isle of Dogs? Thomas Nash, George Peele, Marston, or Dekker? Hanji. With whom did Ben Jonson collaborate? Yes, Thomas Nash. मैं पहला थानू आंसर दे दिता सी. Who is generally regarded as the second most important English dramatist after William Shakespeare during the reign of James I? Ben Jonson, Christopher Marlowe, Spenser, or Dryden? Hanji. Who is generally regarded as the second most important English dramatist? Yes. So अपन को पता ही है, it's Ben Jonson. With which writer Ben Jonson had a rivalry as discussed by many critics? Thomas Kyd, Thomas Nash, Shakespeare, or Milton? With which writer Ben Jonson had a rivalry as discussed by many critics? Thomas Kyd, Thomas Nash, Shakespeare, or Milton? Yes, it was कौन सी ਕਿਹੜੇ ਰਾਈਟਰ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਰਾਈਵਲਰੀ ਮੰਨੀ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਸੀ ਬੈਨ ਜੌਨਸਨ ਦੀ? Yes, it was William Shakespeare. A term introduced by Saussure which refers to the state of language as it exists at a given point of time. Language exists at a given point of time. That is synchronic, diachronic, comparative, or competence. Synchronic, diachronic, राजविंदर अद्धा घंटा रुक के करियो क्योंकि मेरा सिर घूम रहा हुंदा है. मैं पहला भी क्लास लैके हटी हाँ. I almost speak continuously for 1.5 hours. So give me some time and then you can call. Yes, it is synchronic. There is no connection between a word and its meaning. Describe arbitrariness, duality, displacement, or productivity. There is no connection between a word and its meaning. Arbitrariness, duality, displacement, or productivity? Yes, it is arbitrariness. About how many humors did Ben Jonson write in total? 2, 3, 4, or 5? About how many humors did Ben Jonson write in total? Yes, he has written about 4 humors. Who has written the drama The Case is Altered? Ben Jonson, Milton, शेक्सपियर, थॉमस नैश। आरती दोबारा तो लेक्चर देखो लिटरेरी टर्म्स वाले, दोबारा तो लेक्चर्स देखो लिटरेरी टर्म्स वाले। Who has written the drama The Case is Altered? Yes, it was Ben Jonson। ठीक है जी। ਤੇ ਕੱਲ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਰਾਈਟਰ ਪ੍ਰਿਪੇਅਰ ਕਰੋਗੇ ਜੌਨ ਡਨ ਤੇ ਡਰਾਈਡਨ। ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, ਇਹ ਦੋਨੋਂ ਰਾਈਟਰਸ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪ੍ਰਿਪੇਅਰ ਕਰੋਗੇ, ਜੌਨ ਡਨ ਐਂਡ ਡਰਾਈਡਨ। All right. So thank you so much, everyone. I'll see you all tomorrow. Good night. Take care and keep learning.